During the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire was one of the most powerful states in the Eastern world. Its economy was so prosperous, even the minority populations benefited. The sustainability of this period of growth, however, did not last. By the 19th century, the empire was showing signs of decline and was reducing in size, losing almost all of its land in Europe and Africa. Today, most historians call this event a genocide, a premeditated and systematic campaign to exterminate an entire people. This was the goal of the Turkish government, overran, who now call the Young Turks. These individuals. From 1915 to 1922, the Young Turks revolted against the Turkish government and set in motion a plan whose goal was to expel all the Armenians living in the Ottoman Empire. Brutally, there was absolutely no regard for human life. This was the beginning of the first genocide of the 20th century. Today, this is an example of ethno-violence and is known to many around the world as the Armenian Genocide. To others living in Turkey, hidden by the truth of their government, these words are nothing but lies. Today, new evidence has proved that this genocide is an undeniable stain on Turkey's past, regardless if they choose to accept this or not. So the victims during this time were approximately 1.5 million Armenians, approximately half the population that lived in these lands during this time. There were mass killings, mass graves, murders, rapes, thefts, tortures, starvations, public shamings, just because these people were Armenian Christians and the Turkish Muslims saw them as a threat. So here's a summary of this genocide. 1909, Ottoman Empire is overthrown in the Young Turk Revolution. 1915, first violent acts committed against Armenians under the guise of World War I. This was the Turkish government ordering 60,000 Armenian troops and then slaughtering every last one of them. These are countries today that recognize the Armenian Genocide. Number 27 was the United States, but it does not recognize Armenian Genocide purely for political reasons. So here's the first phase. Second phase, the extermination of the Armenian population. Start with the arrest of several hundred Armenian intellectuals. Here's the third phase.